Okay, happy midweek. I am full of gratitude today. So happy to be on this Zoom with each and every one of you. And I've been putting up this graphic all week to just remind us the benefits of, practicing your gratitudes. And really and truthfully, all of these things can really start happening in your life if you're truly practicing gratitude, and it's actually fun to kind of see how you're broadcasting to people by practicing gratitude. It's really been a big change in my life in the way that I communicate with people, and I highly recommend it. So I'm a big proponent of this. So what I want to do is I want to share with you a little bit about Live Happy, and I think it's very timely today because we all are very busy with our lives. We're busy with building a side business. We're busy with our families and things like that. And a long time ago when I got started with Nerium, one of the things that Jeff Olson said at that very first time that I met him was, I want to start a happiness movement. That was 5 years ago. And in that happiness movement, I want to bring happiness to, every single brand partner and their families. And he introduced us to Sean Aker, and Sean did this amazing thing. And what it's morphed into is a very big movement across the United States and the world eventually. So I wanted to bring on my daughter, Alex, really quick and let her tell you a little bit about what's happening with Live Happy and how it is going to, or should be affecting you in such a positive way. And so Alex, are you there?
I'm here, Mom. Thank you. This morning I'm calling in from Live Happy in Dallas, Texas, as I'm drinking my Youth Factor. Thanks for having me on, Mom. I know that this is a really big time here at Nerium and Live Happy because Get Real's right around the corner. They're off their walls doing things and getting really excited. This year's going to be a little bit different. There's a lot of great things happening, but Live Happy is making more of an appearance at Get Real. We're embedding our new branding, which is, it used to be making the world a better, happier place. It's now making your life a better, happier place. So we've made it personal. We've made this so that you guys can brand yourself using happiness to really drive your Nerium business. And so with that, we are bringing we're making it just a lot more fun. We're doing dance-offs, we're doing red carpet, we're going to ask you guys questions. We're presenting a whole new video just for Live Happy for why brand partners, the importance for brand partners to utilize Live Happy and why you guys are choosing to use Live Happy. On our side, Live Happy is a way that you guys can broadcast all the great stuff that's happening in the world as a way to drive your work, your business. So, for example, the magazine, the radio, we actually just started, we're launching Happy Activists, which is a way for you guys to broadcast your own story through a network of activists on the Nerium family, which is going to be great. It's a way to brand. It's a way to meet other people around the world that are using happiness to not only drive their life, but drive their business. Right now, I've been traveling the world and studying happiness in the workplace, and that's what my model. It's called the Standardized Happiness Optimization Model, and it's really, what are the key indicators that employees and for you guys brand partners that keep them happy in their business. And it's really it's having the knowledge, it's having the research, it's having the Live Happy website, the digital magazine that we can just jump right to say, this is what I do. I work with happiness. I use these stuff to start my day in the morning. And I want to just share it with you. So Live Happy's here for you guys. We really want you guys to use it. We are really trying to establish, the interconnectedness between Nerium and Live Happy and what that looks like. And so at this Get Real, we're really riled up here. We have beach balls. We have all this fun stuff in this office. And we're getting really excited. So we hope to see you. Stop by the wall, stop by, take some pictures with the photo booth that we're bringing, step onto the red carpet, and tell us why you love Live Happy and why you utilize it with your Nerium business. Thanks for having me. Mom?
Gosh, I was thanking you and I had my mute button on. Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate you sharing Live Happy with us. I know that this is really some of the best, intel information that we can do for our lives. And I really appreciate you sharing what's happening over there at the home office. So thank you so much. And I will hopefully talk to you later. Okay, guys, so we know that we have 3 days left to the month. And we are in the home stretch, of course, and it gets a little bit more fun and kind of crazy these last 3 days to really meet our goals and to really, do the things that we need to do to get to the finish line. And we know what to do. We've been talking about it all week. So basically the question is, what are you doing? What are you doing to get yourself to where you want to go, and what are you doing to help other people do the same thing? So these are a couple of reminders. We're reaching out to everybody we know who's expressed interest in our product. We want to make sure that we, leverage these amazing promotions that we have. We also want to reach out to everyone who's expressed interest in the business. We want to become a master asker. So what that means is, everybody in your network that you're talking to, you want to ask questions like, what's up with you? What are you doing? And when you ask people questions, what's so great about that is you learn things. You learn a lot about the person that you're talking to, and you learn a lot about yourself, right? And the whole idea is to find out about that person, not pitch, sell, or inundate anybody with what you're doing, but you're really taking the time to really go deeper in those relationships. And then once you establish that, I'm sure that as the conversation goes, eventually it's going to come around to you and somebody's going to be asking you some questions. And that's really where you want to be. Leverage your promotions. We have, I forgot the O there. We have a lot of great promotions. Of course, we want to drive the watch. We want everybody wearing their watch, at convention. Anna for our team has been incredibly generous on brand partners to double your commission. And Karen is working with all of us to get ourselves three or free qualified, and helping us with, that, and also giving us Youth Factor as the 3 or free prize. And what's great about that, and Anna and I were talking yesterday, is she was like, anybody that, gets 3 or free qualified, they're going to have this free product. They're going to be able to turn around and really leverage that to their customers. So, if you have free product around, if you have anything that you've earned and it's free sitting on your shelf, this is a time to leverage what you've got and really help people to say, look, if you order da-da-da-da-da, I can give you some da-da-da-da-da. And, everybody loves those types of promotions. I know whenever you go into the mall and they're having like a 2-for-1, or, get this great gift bag if you order such and such and such. This is what people do in retail. Okay. So you have the ability to do that as well. And then of course, the number one thing in networking your network is leveraging the 3-way calls. If you haven't been using this, or you haven't been teaching your team how to do this, one of the ways that you can practice is by practicing welcome calls. I've also done lots of things by practicing just saying, let's practice, and getting people on the phone and kind of doing a run through on how a 3-way call works. A lot of people don't do them because they're uncomfortable and they don't really know how to transition into the 3-way call. You guys are all masterminds. You know how to do that. But if your team is having trouble, or new people on your team is having trouble, you might get out their list with them and really take these 3 days and say, look, let's practice with some of your top people that are your friends, and let's practice the 3-way call. That's what works, you guys. The 3-way calls work. And so if you can really say to yourself, in this last 3 days, I'm going to do a lot of 3-way calls, and I'm going to do them with my team, and I'm going to help do that with I did a welcome call yesterday with Anna and Elaine, who's a new brand partner, and it was a great call. I learned so much. I still learn. And I love listening to the questions of new brand partners. They're such great questions, and it reminds you of really what we're doing, how we're doing, and what really is how you start your business. It reminds you what's on the mind of a new brand partner. And so welcome calls are a phenomenal way to teach people how to do the three-way call. So we want to connect with who's in our tree of life. And a lot of times when we're thinking about that, we forget people. It's so crazy that we forget people, and they're right next door to us. I know that Maria just said before the call, she said we did a market party, and the pictures are on the page, which I love. And she said that there was a lot of guests there that had never heard of Nerium, and they're right in her backyard. So that continues to happen, and we kind of take for granted that we think because us and our friends know about Nerium, that the world all around us knows about Nerium, and it just simply isn't true. I run into people all the time that have never heard of Nerium. And a lot of times when I run into people, they say, oh, I've heard of Nerium. What really is Nerium? So it gives you an opportunity to show pictures and talk about our new space in health and wellness. So if they say, isn't that the skincare company? No, this is actually a very, very big deal. It's a full anti-aging health and wellness skin products, and we have 8 amazing products. So it really is a new conversation, right? So I'm going to remind everybody, the drivers are 3 are free, and Karen in our team is providing some youth factor for anybody who wasn't already 3 are free, who got 3 are free. Anybody that was already 3 are free, they can go out and get 3 are free again to get some free product. And I would just say get as many customers, as you possibly can. The other thing is, customers are really and truthfully the basis of new brand partners eventually. It's really true. But today is Wednesday. And so remember, we talked about how to maximize your check with your customers and your CCV. Well, today is Wednesday. It's the last day of the month, and this is when it's coordinated. And they actually cut it off. So today is Wednesday, and if you are close to any of these milestones here, 201 to 400, you're going to get 10% on your CCV. And the other one is 401 to 1,000, so that's 15%. And then the other one is 1,001 plus is 25%. Everybody should want to get to the 25%. Okay, and that's the goal, right? So if you're looking at your CCV and you are at 890, I mean, it is very, very, very easy to get to the 1,000, okay? And if you're at 500, you know what? It's going to be a couple of customers, but you can get there. So, and you can help people on your team get there. And why not maximize your check? Why not? Why not you do it? You could do it, and we can all do it. So that's something to think about today. Also, today is payday. If you have not received a check today, that means that no one on your team got customers and no one on your team got brand partners. So how do we change that? We do that by getting customers and brand partners ourselves, and we do that by helping our team do the same thing. That's it. That's our whole entire business, right? So reminding you about brand partners. Now, what happens with brand partners is our whole goal with a brand partner is to help them get paid and promoted immediately. So what does that mean? Help them get their customers, help them get their team started. This is the best month to do that. There's a couple reasons why. Well, first of all, we're going into convention, and we really want to take all the new people with us, because when you can start your business out by really seeing a bigger vision of what this business is all about, it honestly, it can completely change the way that you see yourself, you see your team. It really helps you become a business owner. And when you see the vision of what this company is doing, it really is exciting. It's exciting to be on the ground floor of that. All of us are going into convention basically on the ground floor of health and wellness. We're going to be hearing from the scientists. We're going to be hearing from, we're going to get a lot of new training, which is always awesome. We're going to be hearing from Jeff Olson. This is going to be a place where we get to basically start our business over. And it's a rejuvenation, and it's a way to come together, and the camaraderie and the community of it. And that's where you really see the culture. And so you can utilize these promotions to really help you with the excitement on how you're broadcasting. Now, one of the things about, anytime you do a promotion at the end of the month for your team, here's the thing. When I go back to when I very first got started, that very first convention, I learned so much, right? I learned from Jeff Olson that, as a business owner, and it made perfect sense to me. So I'll give you an example of a real estate office. When you start in a real estate office, you are, or a mortgage company or an insurance company. I'll use my son for an example. He was offered to come into an insurance company, and they were going to have him work the desk of customer service and then put him through insurance school as part of their compensation for him. And he didn't really understand the idea of, well, I won't get paid as much per hour, but they're going to put me through school. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was incredible, but different generations. But the idea is that this company was basically saying, hey, you come on board and be one of our insurance people. We'll train you to sit there. We'll train you on our system. We'll train you on our computer. And then eventually you'll take your insurance license test, and you'll be one of our insurance agents at our company. Sound familiar? They're building a team, right? So, and they've explained to Max, you know what, you'll get business, and a percentage of that business will go to you, and a percentage of that business will go to us, because we invested time in you to train you and to help you get your license. Now, that is pretty much the model of what we do here at Nerium. We bring people into basically our business. We help them get trained and help them to see what this company is and how we can help them build a team. And as a team, we all benefit. Well, Jeff Olson in the very beginning, he said, look, if you were a successful business and you were bringing somebody into the business, wouldn't you want to set them up with business cards? Wouldn't you want to set them up with tools so they could be successful right off the bat? Wouldn't you want to invest in them a little bit? Well, it's exactly true. It's like the insurance company. I'm investing in you. I'm gonna train you on how to work customer service. I'm gonna help you get through school so you can get your license. I'm investing a certain amount of time and energy in getting you there. And so I'm a big believer that if you've got commissions coming in, then you're doubling your commissions or whatever your promotions are, you want to pass that on to the new brand partner. You want to pass that on to somebody and help them succeed right out the door with either business cards, magazines, any kinds of tools, helping them to understand the three-way call, the welcome call. These are things that you want to have happen, and it's an incentive to duplicate, right? Because what you do, your team does, okay? So again, we talk about the conference every single day, and a lot of us have people on our team, and I know I do. I talk to them every day, who are trying to figure out how to get there. They understand why they need to get there, but finances, time, work, anything that can get in the way is an obstacle that is achievable to, we want to remove the obstacles. So, you can get in on Thursday, you can leave on Saturday or Sunday, whatever you want. You're basically taking 2 days off of work. How are you going to get there? Who are you going to stay with? There's lots of options that way. And if you're having difficulty, you need to talk to your leadership, or if your team is having difficulty, you need to be open to what their needs are. And if you can't help them initially, go to your leadership and see how you can help them, because everybody that goes to a conference comes out a different person. And everybody that goes to conference has information way before anybody else and can start working on their what they want to do in terms of building their team and their excitement and their momentum. So you come out of there with momentum, and the more people that you have there on your team, and you guys all know this because you've been there. So remember what it's like when you come out of convention, what happens to you while you're there, the positivity, the camaraderie, the community of it all. And we kind of get, I don't know, when a whole year goes by and we haven't really fed our brain, we haven't been around positive people, we may have had a struggle in our business, we kind of get down on the fact that, oh, I don't know if I really want to spend the money. And I've gone through it, you guys. I've gone through that. I've said it to Robert many times, like, oh, I don't know, I could really probably do better if I'm just here, and working my business here. I don't think we really have the time, and it's going to cost us money and whatever. But the truth of the matter is, I will tell you, as I said to you, 4 weeks ago, we went to a conference we weren't going to go to, and it really invigorated me. It changed the way I was thinking. I was reading these 2 great books. I met the author. I came back. I shared a lot of it with you. There's still a ton to share. I mean, I really felt like, wow, that was another level that I went to just by feeding my brain with some philosophy. And I think that that's something that we take for granted, okay? And we don't necessarily spend a lot of time on. And of course, we're going to do some fun things there. And we have our team is going to be meeting at this restaurant. So I want you to make sure if you're going to be there that you come together on that Friday night. And Karen's going to be there. And I know Anna's going to come by. And so it's going to be a lot of fun to come together. And you should, definitely with the people that are coming, make sure that you're spending time with them, because that's the time to really utilize that community and camaraderie and meet people from all over the United States and the world, actually. So basically, that's our Zoom today. And I went a little bit long, but I really wanted to emphasize the fact that, there's a lot we could be doing these last 3 days. And if you have some positive stories to share that you got free or what you've done to really move the needle for your business and you want to share it right now, I would love to hear it. So I'll open it up to you guys. Okay.
All right, guys, before anybody shares, I want to say something. Annie, thank you so much. And Alex, it's always good to see you. I'll see you at the Happy Wall. It's the only place I can catch up with my niece. Hey guys, I'm going to tell you right now, do not hold any orders back. Don't think you're doing anyone a favor by putting them in next month or waiting for next month, because I got wind of some people that are waiting, and it's like, guys, let me tell you something. Being in this industry for so many years, you're going to burn yourself because something's going to happen next month to that person that wanted to be your customer this month, and we waited, and their tires, they needed, the refrigerator went out. Oh my gosh, they need something else. They have to put that money someplace else. So do not put those orders, do not put those orders. Don't wait. Put everything you know in this month, okay? Max out that comp plan. Earn free product from me. Earn bonuses from Anna. This is the time to go fast and furious, okay? Don't hold it, because you're going to be sorry next month. I'm telling you right now, if you're holding back, don't, because it's not going to happen next month if you hold people back. So make sure that it's our job to educate and let them know, oh my gosh, this is the time. You don't want to not be on your youth factor. You don't want to not be on the product. It's amazing. So that's number one. Number two is, I am the captain of my ship. I always refer to myself as the captain of a cruise ship, right? The captain has that gorgeous suit on, very well respected, went to school. I mean, now that is a big responsibility, right? That's what you all are. You are captains of your own ship. Do not leave your destiny in the hands of anybody else. You be the one to make it happen. And going to Amplify, Get Real is the positional, pivotal conference for you to max out your knowledge on how to run your ship. That's what this is about, right? Don't wait for anybody else to share the knowledge. Don't wait for anybody else to put the order in. You go make it happen. You go talk to some people that maybe were once in your business, people that you think would be great. Don't judge. Oh my gosh, you guys, don't judge anybody. The worst thing you ever want to hear from somebody is like, I wish you had told me sooner. Okay? So last but not least, Annie, why don't we, or you, recognize those people who maxed out their CCVs? Let's talk about them tomorrow. Anybody who goes above and beyond, let's recognize, let's call those people out tomorrow, because they're the ones that are making it happen. So you guys, if you want to have your name called tomorrow because you maxed out your CCVs on the last Wednesday of the month, go for it, and we're going to recognize you. How's that sound?
Sounds great, Karen. That's what we're all about. We are going to be recognizing everybody, and we've got a lot of things to recognize. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, so Karen, again, you guys, for our team, she has this great promotion, and we have all day for the CCV to maximize that until 10 o'clock tonight on the West Coast. And so we'll be talking about that. But you guys, does anyone have any stories to share on how they're getting there, or they got there, or anything that they'd like to share today? It helps us all, you know, when we hear your story. Okay. Well,
Annie.
yeah.
It's Ann.
Hi, Ann.
Sorry, I'm not on, you can't see me today. It's one of those days. But what I was going to share with you is yesterday, I posted this thing with the eye patches. And then I had a post on the firm, and I literally been real intentional on how I post and asking the questions rather than just posting. And this week I've gotten, just in 2 days, I've gotten 3 customers. So I would just tell people, and one of them is my best friend from first grade. So she's never tried the product, and she and her daughter are now on the product. So I'm really excited about that. But I think it's I'm learning more and more as I'm reading and studying on how to really post. I'm finding that the questions, so you got more people outside of Nerium that are looking at the post because they're looking at the question, they're looking at the picture. I'm finding that that's really bringing in more than just going out there and posting and hoping that someone's going to see it and respond. So that's just been real helpful for me. And so for the last, I'd say about 5 months, I've been trying to be more intentional, not posting and throwing up all over my page, but being more intentional on how I post. And it's really turned my customer base around.
Ann, what was the question you posted?
Just a quick question was, do you need a pick-me-up? Are you tired? You know, do you have the tired eyes? And I used the company's wordings from what they posted on Nerium International, and I just turned it onto my page, you know, and then I did a firm up Friday. Are you looking to firm up for the summer? You know, and just asking quick questions, or, you know, have you been tired or whatever, just simple little questions that kind of grab their eye. And when they see the picture, they're like, And so I've gotten a lot of response on private message. And I'm excited because, you know, our customers are the base of our business. And I'm big into customers. I mean, I have been in every business I've been in because they're my lifeline. They're my blood. And if I didn't have the customers, you know, you look at the difference between recruiting and customers surely outrank the recruiting part of it. And it's so much easier to share, meaning that you can help someone with customers where a lot of people may not be interested in the business, but our product is what drives our company. So I'm just excited. I can't wait to get to conference. And, you know, I've seen the posts about new products, and I'm like, dang, you know, so I'm like already in St. Louis. I mean, I'm just that excited. So just thought I'd throw that out.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks for sharing that. Really helpful. That's really great. Anybody else have any ideas that they'd like to share? I think that's a good one, though. Okay, well, tomorrow we are going to be 2 days away from the end of the month, so we'll have something fun to share, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Go get them, and thanks, Karen, for everything, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, Annie.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Annie.